Did someone say Phantom Knight? Good morning, good evening, good night, I believe you're going carries for real, and welcome back to a Phantom Knight deck profile. Been a while since I've done one of these. I'm really excited to, after I figured out how to actually get this deck to work in my own head. Sprite Sprint was a big part of that, and I'll get to that. I'll show you the combo that I came up with at the end of the video. Stick around then, or here's the timestamp on screen if you want to just see a 2-card combo. With that, let's get into the deck profile, starting off with a Phantom Knight. A smaller package than you'd be used to seeing. 2 skills, 2 cloak, 2 boots, 1 gloves, 1 Steen Greaves, and triple blade. I went back and forth between the wing and 3 blade. Ultimately just sort of thought 3 blade would be better because, like, more often than not, the 3 blade was coming up than the wings. The wings I didn't really like because, like, I mean, if you drew it or had to search it, it didn't really do anything. Whereas, like, if you set, like, if you have 3 of these, you can set one, search one, and then dump one, and then revive a guy. Having 3 blades is much more versatile than having 2 blades and a wing. It's just an extra revive that does nothing else. I'd rather just have the 1 revive and a negate. I'd say that's better. We also play the 2 VAs, Seer and Graph. Surprisingly, this is an actually really good idea and is very important to the whole Sprite Sprint combo because off of 2 cards, you can connect your entire PK and Tearlament engine together. Onto the Tearlament package, we play triple copies of Shiren, triple copies of Hamness. These 2 are at 3 because they both do something that's relevant. This one special summons itself, is a level 4 and mills 3. You can get you to your Tearlament or your Phantom Knight engine. Very strong. This one's a level 3 and is a hand trap, so that's pretty damn good. 2 Rhino Heart because you want to see it but you don't want to draw it very often, and same with Merle, you play 2 of those because you want to see it but you don't want to draw it terribly often. We play 2 Screen, 2 Suliek, and 1 Crime to round out all the Tearlament cards. No Field Spell, don't really want to pay for that, to be honest. However, there are 6 cards I'll show you at the end which you can take out of the deck to put in any extra Tearlament cards, Phantom Knight cards, any extra like board breakers, anything like that, and we'll get to that. But this is the ratio that I like with what I have. It's surprisingly consistent. 2 Scream is really good. You don't want to draw multiple in this deck, which you would like to see 1 from time to time, or like mill 1, which is pretty good because then it gets you to one of these 3. This one's the best one, I'd say, in this deck, but this one's also really good if you can get to this as well. I mean, it's an Omni Negate, stops like evenly, Dark Ruler, all that good stuff. Onto the connectors, we have, well, the bridges, I guess, between both of the decks. We have 1 Foolish, 1 Instant Fusion, and 1 Reinforcements to the Army. The Rhoda can search either the Rhino Heart or any of your Phantom Knights, which is very versatile. The Instant Fusion gets you to your Kick Colossus, or can get you to like a Mud Dragon or something like that, depending on the situation, but 9 times out of 10 you're going for Kick Colossus, which is, again, very strong in this deck because it can mill into Phantom Knights or Tearlaments. And Foolish Burial also gets you access to any piece in either deck except Blade. For the only hand traps to play triple Infinite Impermanence, I just simply did not have enough room to play anything else on a 40-card list. Right, now on to the last 6. These 6 here you do not have to play. I just like them because they're what I have, but if you want to play more board breakers, more hand traps, more consistency cards, you can go right ahead. But I like to play 6 copies of Shizu cards, 2 Medora, 2 Keldo, and 2 Agido, because these are what I have. I mean, I guess I do have more copies of these 2, but I don't want to draw multiples. I'd say these are fine because you can get access to all of this really quickly, really easily, and they work well with the Phantom Knight engine, with this being able to discard this. This searches that. I mean, this is a level 4, but it's another shuffle back because it can recycle all of your Phantom Knight resources, which is incredibly strong. Recycles Tearlament resources as well. The value of these now is so insane because it can shuffle back your extra deck monsters, shuffle back shit like Cherubini, like that's kind of insane. I really like the 2 shufflers, and Agido helps me get to those. On to the extra deck, however, we play 1 Kaleido Heart, 2 Kick Colossus. This one you might think is a little weird, and I don't play Zeus. I play this over Zeus because of Kashtira. You go up against Kashtira Unicorn, you activate 1 effect, this thing just gets ripped out of your extra deck, you lose the game. For the most part, you just lose. You want to be able to have this at all times, that's why I play 2. So even if they try to rip one out of your extra deck, you still have another one to mess about with. 1 Dragon Stabilia, 1 Mud Dragon for all the fusions. I wanted to play Garura as well, but again, the second Kick Colossus took priority for me because I'd rather play the game than, well, have a Garura that will do nothing after it gets sniped by Diablosis, or Unicorn. We play one Cherubini. This card's fucking insane. Everyone knows. We got one Tearlaments Rusty Berry. This card's also crazy. We got one Sprite Sprint. The connector between both decks for the main Phantom Knight combo. We have one copy of IP Masquerena. This is another end piece that I like to end on because Sprite Sprint cannot be used as link material the first turn it's summoned. One Dark the Dark Charmer and one Appaloosa to round off the link monsters. This is what you will go into usually off of, well, actually, only off of IP Masquerena. There'll be situations where, like, it's not as optimal, but in the main combo, we usually do end on IP to link itself and sprint off for an Appaloosa. So that's pretty good. On to the last cards, we got one Leviair, one Breaksword, one Dweller, and one copy of Time Thief Reader. I'd say it's like healthy enough to be able to play one copies of everything else but Kitkalos, because Kitkalos is really what they're going to snipe. So it guarantees that you still get your more powerful Tearlament engine playing. But these cards are all insane. You can go into Dweller really easily, Reader really easily. Like you can bring it out off of the Breaksword effect, Revive too. You can loop these two. This one's an Aqua. This is loopable by Tearlaments. This is the fact this is Aqua is fucking crazy. This one's well, this one's just able to be shuffled back. But actually, a neat thing, because all the Phantom Knights and all are dark. You can go into Mud Dragon and recycle everything constantly, like I was saying earlier. You can shuffle back, like, Cherubini, to go into, like, a Mud Dragon or something like that. You can shuffle back this. The synergy these two decks have together is crazy. Like, all these cards can be brought back into the extra deck constantly, and, like, infinitely. Onto the side deck. This one is more, like, local and meta-dependent, I suppose, but this is what I like to play. I like to play one Barbar for time, obviously, one Artifact Scythe, 2 Droll, Triple Crow. Triple Crow is pretty good. You could play Bestials. I don't have enough Bestials to warrant playing a lot of Bestials because I'm a little tight for space, so I just decided not to include them in general, and I put in 3 Crow instead, because it's more universal than the Bestials, but you pick your poison. Double Twin Twisters and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Twin Twisters I haven't used in a while because Tearlament traps and spells search whenever they're destroyed. If you just banish them, then you don't have to deal with it. But Twin Twisters discards my cards. Discards like Agido, your Phantom Knights, and everything like that. So that gives you extra gas, extension, or milling potential. Twin Twisters is probably much better in this deck than it would be in a lot of other decks. If your deck doesn't need discards, for cost anyway, then I'd probably just play Cosmic Cyclone instead. But I like the 2 Twin Twisters in here now because there's so many cards that like to be discarded. 2 Artifact Sanctums. I don't want to play 3 because, I'd just rather play other cards. Like, this is what, if you don't have Barbar, I play a 3rd Artifact Sanctum, but I like running the Barbar for going first, so these 2 for, like, going first in, like, Game 2 or something like that, but Game 3, this is essential. You need to have that in Game 3, just in case. Triple evenly matched for going second. I mean, this could be anything. I just really like evenly matched. I'm messing about with this at the moment, and it's just working. I really like evenly matched. Right, so let's get on to this combo. The main 2-card combo revolves around these 2. At least the best 2-card combo I could come up with. These 2 are incredible at attaching both of your engines together, and let's get into that. So let's normal summon Tornskeels, special summon Boots, link 2 into your Cherubini. Your Cherubini sends your Graph, targets itself, and then the Graph special summons your Seer from the deck. You go link 3 into Phantom Knights of Rusty Bardiche. Bardiche effect, we'll go ahead and... Seer effect, we'll go ahead and bring this back. Your Bardiche effect, we'll go ahead and dump the Cloak to set your Fogblade from the deck. Then... actually, I could probably zoom this out. Alright, there we go, that's a little bit better. So send Cloak, set your Fogblade. Then you activate your Cloak. You go banish and search for your Stained Greaves. Then your Tornskeels will revive itself to bring back your Stained Greaves. Now at this point you could like discard something that you want to get rid of to send like a Gloves or something like that for a potential Fogblade extension. But right now I don't recommend that. Only because I didn't give myself extra test cards to work with. So I'll overlay 2 into Leviair. And I'll go Leviair effect, detaching 1, targeting this to special summon. Special summon this. Effect, target birdie, put this into defense, give it 800 extra stats till the end of your opponent's turn. Link the Leviair and the Cherubini off, go into your Sprite Sprint. Your Sprite Sprint will dump your Tearlaments Merly. And then your Merly will activate shuffling itself, plus the Leviair, because it's an Aqua, back into your deck. And then you can special summon Kickalos from the extra deck. Then your Kickalos effect activates to go ahead and search either Merly or Rhinoheart. It really depends on the situation here, but after this point, this is when the combo becomes hand dependent, but this is how you sort of tie in both engines together just off of the 2 cards. There will be a lot more ways to do it and will, again, depend on the hand, but this is the most simple way to do it. So, that's the deck list and the basic combo. If you liked it, consider dropping a like. Maybe a sub if you wanted to. You have yourself a good day. Goodbye. Dude, I'm obsessed with the fact that the German versions of these are called Die Phantom Ritter. Like, oh, I thought it said Die Phantom Critter. I thought that would have been pretty funny. Cool, welcome back to a Phantom Knight deck profile. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm very excited to do this, actually. I just sort of pieced together how this deck would work in my head.